Welcome everybody to this week's podcast episode for the Financial Freedom for Physicians podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Christopher Liu. And as you know, I'm always about financial freedom, time, location, health freedom. I'm always in search of collector of ideas, people doing innovative things, interesting things, and trying to bring those to your awareness and to the audience. So the audience can be physicians, lawyers, dentists, high-income professionals, anything that can help inspire you. So today we have a entrepreneur from Europe. Her name is Irina, and she's the SaaS founder of Trackmage.com. And then she's a business consultant who specializes in operations and processization. And today's going to be talking about e-commerce and how to do side hustles, start your own business, side revenue. So Irina, welcome.
Thank you, Christopher. I'm really excited to be here today with you. And it's a little bit late on my end, but I still believe that we have some good energy going and we can just deliver some value for the listeners today.
Well, that's good. Thanks so much for, I know the time difference, and thanks so much. And, the audience and listeners appreciate it. Tell us about, who you are yourself, and we'll get started.
All right. So my name is, I know it's unpronounceable, but definitely know it. So I'm a founder of Trackmage. It's a software as a service that helps e-commerce entrepreneurs provide the best post-purchase experience. The best way to explain what we do is that, remember when you ordered a product from Amazon? So the Amazon, they always tell you where the product is and by what date you're going to get it. And they always send you emails about the changes in your order status. So we take all that fancy functionality and we make it available outside of Amazon. So for all those sellers who are not selling on Amazon, but on Shopify, WooCommerce, and ClickFunnels and other software. So that's precisely what we do. And this product actually helps liberate entrepreneurs from doing everything. When people are sending customer support requests with where is my package today? And the person needs to respond to that message, because sometimes when you don't respond, customers, they get agitated, they get anxious, they press the refund button. So to prevent that, it's better to reply. But even better, you can eliminate that request in the first place when you have the automation that tells them where the package is without them having to ask. Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I think everything is moving to as a service. So software, AI, even mobility. I recently heard of data as a service companies. So what's interesting is, so you work in the field of e-commerce, and so this is interesting because what you're doing is akin to Amazon. Is basically competing in this e-commerce customer experience and as a key to customer retention. Elaborate on that.
So the key to customer retention is literally to provide the best service that you can. Because if a person bought from you once, they are expecting that they're going to be served. And when you are providing the experience after that buy button was pressed, you engage with the customer while they are in the most sensitive, they are in suspense. Because they don't know if I bought this thing, but is it going to get there? Can I trust this company? When the person is buying for the first time, we never know what we're going to get in the end. But when you provide this extra touch point, extra care, you get loyalty. And if the customer got this amazing post-purchase experience, they are more likely to buy again. And the likelihood actually goes up by 27% for the first time. For the second purchase, it goes 47% up. Wow. And then for the third time, it's 57%. So there is probably 157% that they're going to buy again if they bought for 3 times. It's the customer for life relationship. And again, the customers are currently, the expectations are really high. because all those companies that are providing the best post-purchase experience out of the box, like if you order something from Amazon, you literally get all those updates and you don't have to ask. Yeah, the idea is just to serve the customer until they get the product, and even after that, ask them for a review, like all that stuff.
Yeah, it's I was reading or listening to a podcast the other day about Amazon, and what they did was they basically automated everything, and they made the customer experience so efficient. And so, companies they had trouble innovating on that, so they couldn't compete on price. They were like first mover advantage, so that's why they've been able to really dominate in this whole space. There's some what's interesting is in this time, this really tragic time, we're going through a period of change. What are some top supply chain management mistakes store owners make, and how to avoid them?
Yeah. Well, the first would be to ignore the situation we're in. So sometimes when the e-commerce store is operating the dropshipping model, and they are still ordering from AliExpress somewhere inside of mainland China, they still expect that the customer is going to wait for 1.5 months and not refund the purchase. So that's an unrealistic expectation. So the e-commerce businesses, they have to adjust, and they need to either source locally from some of the wholesale brands or some distributors, or they can order a batch in China, then ship it all together to a fulfillment center and then ship from there. Because if you don't do that, there is a big chance that your account, where you accept the payments, it's going to suffer all those refund requests, and it might even get restricted. So the merchant account risk is really high when you are dealing with long delivery times. You can mitigate that to a certain extent, but again, it's not a realistic expectation to think that the customer is going to wait for 1 month or 2 months and not say a word. Yeah, that's one. The second would be to, again, buy inventory before you are sure that the product is going to sell. Because that's the first mistake that all the amateur e-commerce entrepreneurs they start with. So they get fascinated by the idea of having their e-commerce store. They think that they found a winning product, something like, like the socks for squirrels. And then they just buy 10,000 units of that. Mm-hmm. And then they have their garage full of socks for squirrels, and nobody's buying that. And then they start with, some creative marketing, and they go to social media trying to pitch this, and they're trying to launch multiple ads, but they still cannot get rid of this inventory. So the inventory is probably one of the last things you should invest into, because if you start from that, you are typically at a disadvantage right out of the gate. So if you can find some good partner or some, fulfillment center or some dropshipping supplier that will be able to provide the product in maybe like a week or two, that's the ideal situation where you can start that business and you will not have the financial risk of not selling the inventory at hand. Yeah. And maybe the third would be to actually provide good customer support and care about the customers, because that is what makes or breaks the e-commerce business. Most of the e-commerce businesses, and specifically some of the dropshipping ones, they don't care about the customer. They are always pushing for more acquisitions. So they're just like, okay, we invest more into the ads, we get more customer acquisitions. But when we don't care about retention, it's just like a one-time purchase and we don't care about that customer anymore. Mm-hmm. The ideal situation would be to not think about just like one-time purchase, but think about that customer when you acquire them for the first time. What else could you sell to that customer? Mm-hmm. So if you are, for example, in the healthcare industry and you're selling some supplements or vitamins, it's a good idea to think about so this customer is interested in supplements for muscle gain. What else they could be interested in? Oh, maybe some sport equipment, maybe some sport clothes. maybe some courses, maybe some, I don't know, additional training that we could go through. And this is how you can literally build a brand that is going to serve the customer through the whole customer journey, not just with like this small portion of, okay, I'm selling the supplement, I don't care about anything else. But if we buy those like muscle gain substance, what else could we buy? Maybe something that's going to help with weight loss or whatever. So again, the possibilities are endless. All you need to do is just change your mindset with mindset from just one-time transaction to customer for life. And if you can get that like loyal customer base following as well on social media and everywhere, this is where the money actually is. It's not about the like one-time purchase and selling all the inventory that you bought on the previous step when you were making all the mistakes. It's just about building and serving the customers that you selected. And who selected you, yeah.
I really like because the actual cost of acquiring customer is significantly more than, you know, a customer that's already bought from you. So I really like this idea. And then
it's literally 5 times bigger. Like it's 5 times more expensive to acquire a new customer than to retain an existing one. Because that's just the statistics, like on average for all the industries.
Yeah. And what's interesting is your company can you talk about making 5 to 10% more extra sales. I presume it's on with existing customers, and you can do this on autopilot without increasing your ad spend or more staff. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's quite an interesting part. So when the customer is waiting for their package, they are actively looking for some way to facilitate facilitate that package to get here faster. And what we found out is that, first of all, when we send them emails about the package, the open rate is around 60% on average. That means that customers, they don't treat those emails as marketing. They treat them as transactional emails, and that's why they open them and read them. So what happens then is that once the customer gets the tracking page with the brand name of the store and the information about the package, they check those pages on average again 1 or 2 times per day. It's literally just like, okay, the person just doesn't have anything to do and they click and say like, okay, is it there yet? Is it there yet? Is it there yet? Like all this time. And what we found out is that while we're on the page and we're checking the status, it's a great opportunity to introduce additional products that they can buy. Because Amazon, eBay, our platform, they already do that, but they don't focus on specific brand. Like it's not a mono brand, it's just like anything that the person could buy. But what if you are the owner of a brand? You're not interested in selling some other people's products, you are interested in selling more of yours. And that's what you can do with a tracking page where the products are going to be they're going to be catered from only your store. And we've seen that on average around 7% convert to purchasing an additional product without even receiving the first one. So that's the beauty of it, because the person is just like so bored, but they see like this interesting product, they add it to the cart and they buy again. That's how that happens. And another thing would be that the customers, they also have the ability to visit social media and the store itself, where they can engage with the content and maybe spread the good word about this experience that they're having.
Yeah, there's so many different strategies that you can use, and a lot of upselling and cross-selling. One thing that's, we're almost to the end. The one thing that we're talking about is cutting customer support costs, but still but without getting bad reviews or refunds, still basically increasing your margins, making it more efficient and automated. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, it also falls into the same category of what customers do when they don't have any information about the packages, or they literally have no communication from the brand after they press the buy button. because that's the unfortunate truth about most of the customer experiences when it comes to purchasing some books from ClickFunnels, where you just bought a book, you get a confirmation, and then for a month you don't even know if the package is coming or not, or if you should be, I don't know, calling your bank to reverse the charge. So the idea would be that you maintain constant communication with that customer on autopilot, and that alleviates that anxiety. So they will not be writing to your social media asking where the package is. They will not be trying to call their bank. They will not be even writing you emails. Instead, they will be constantly checking the tracking page and maybe buying additional products. So what else? It eliminates this excessive amount of emails that are all about the whereabouts of a package. And most of the issues that the customer support has to deal with are actually genuine problems, like the package gets stuck in customs, or there was a typo in the address where the package is coming to. So all these things, they are like, it literally is, so if we treat the entire customer support load in the e-commerce business as 100%, so the 70% of that is like, still, where is my order? When am I getting that order? And if you automate that part, all you're left is the remaining 30% of genuine problems and customers reaching out for help.
Yeah, it's been a really interesting conversation. It's how you use software to automate, and really e-commerce, really high margins, and it's just fascinating how creative you can get with software. You know, if you think of it as a service, you know, traditionally it's been thought of as a product, but now, you know, with subscription and all of that, how can people contact you, follow you, your website, and possibly work with you?
Well, actually, they can just go to trackmage.com. That's the main website where you can find all the information about the software, and you can start your free trial. So we offer a forever free subscription with 100 packages per month for free for life. So that's what currently, like, it helps with starting an e-commerce business where you don't have any upfront costs, but you do have them when you actually grow. Mm-hmm. So the other thing would be to reach out to me through social media. Like, I have a LinkedIn profile, and we have the company LinkedIn profile. That would be the best place to find me, just because I like this platform very much. Yeah. And another thing that I could give is this resource where they can download an ebook and get a solid understanding how to get extra sales from existing customers without increasing the ad spend and hiring more staff. Mm-hmm. So this is at trackmage.com/flywheel-extra-sales. I hope it's going to be included in the description of the podcast, so that they don't have to just listen again and again, like, okay, what was that thing?
Yeah. Yeah. And for all the audience and listeners, Irina's resources will be in the links and show notes. Be sure to follow her on her social media, visit her website, check it out. It's really interesting new ways entrepreneurs are building in creative ways of changing the space. So thanks so much. Again, thanks so much for staying up. And I know it's past your bedtime, but the audience and listeners really appreciate that. So we look forward to hearing about your future success.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for having this conversation. I always love to share the knowledge and experiences. So yeah. And thank you everyone for listening.